Yes. Welcome to the class of today, and we are going to learn something on the under crustal earth movements. And one of the things that we are going to talk about is displacement of earth crustal rocks. They are usually brought by the tectonic forces which originate and operate in the interior Earth surface. When we talk about tectonic forces, what we are talking about is tensional forces or the compressional forces, together with the shear forces. But when it comes to gravitational force, this is just a force that tends to attract objects towards the center of the Earth on the Earth. And also it leads to the displacement of the Earth crustal rocks. Then we move to the Earth movements. Earth movements are usually of two types, horizontal and vertical Earth movement. Now we are going to start with the horizontal Earth movement, and this is just the movement which act along an horizontal plane. They are caused by tensional and compressional and shear forces. And also we have got the effects of what? Of horizontal Earth movement. They can cause the strain and stretching of crustal rocks due to tensional forces. They can cause squeezing and shortening of crustal by compressional forces. Crustal rocks to shear by slippery past each other or dividing into layers, which is caused by shear force. Now, what are the resultant features of what? The resultant features of horizontal Earth movement. One of the resultant features is faults. We have got also rift valleys, fold mountains, escarpment, and basins. Then we move to the next thing, and the next thing is what? It's vertical Earth movement. Vertical Earth movement is a movement which occurs along the Earth radius or towards the Earth surface or towards its center. It also has got the effects, and one of the effects is just it causes subsiding, sinking, or downwarping, or pulling of crustal rocks downwards. The next thing is uplifting, stroke, upwarping, or pushing of crustal rocks upwards. Tilting of crustal rocks or shear in vertical direction due to greater uplift on one side. Now, the results of vertical Earth movement, what are the resultant features of vertical Earth movement? And one of the results of vertical Earth movement is the one that we have is raised cliff. We have got tilt blocks, rift valleys, escarpment, plateaus, and basins. Then the next thing that we are going to talk about is causes of Earth movement. What are the causes of Earth movement? One of the causes of Earth movement is that it can cause magma movement within the Earth crust, gravitational force, convectional currents in the mantle, then the isostatic adjustment. When you talk about isostatic adjustment, it's just the state of balance between the seal and the simmer. Then the magma movement within the Earth crust. When magma moves with force pushing crustal rocks, when the attractive force of the Earth pulls crustal rocks into empty spaces left after magma escaping from the reservoir. We also have got the convectional currents within the mantle. And here is a diagram that shows, we have a diagram here that shows how actually the convectional currents usually move along the crustal rocks. They usually move in a circular motion, and when they are moving, they tend to pull or push away the crustal rock. That leads to the formation of crustal rocks. We also have got the theories that explain the Earth movement, and one of the theories is the theory of the continental drift. We also have got the plate tectonic theory, and maybe we have got the under theory of continental drift, we are going to talk about the gravitational force. This is just a force that tend to attract and pulls objects towards the center of the Earth. Then The next thing that we are going to talk about is the theory of the continental drift. This is just a theory that was brought by a certain scholar who was known to be Alfred Wegener, and he explained it very clearly that by then the Earth was just a single landmass that was known to be Pangaea. Actually, it was surrounded by a huge ocean called Pantelasa, whose floor was just a mass of what? Of simmer. Then all of a sudden, the Pangaea broke into two parts called Laurasia, that one which drifted towards the northern hemisphere, which lay around Equator and Gondwana land. That one was towards the southern hemisphere. Then Laurasia broke into Laurasian Shield and Phoniscandia. That one was towards the Europe, Asia, and North America. Then the next thing, Gondwana land broke into Africa, Australia, South America, and Antarctica, and India subcontinent, whereby now the Africa and India drifted towards the northwards. There's something that we didn't talk about last time. That one was under the significance of faulting. So you can allow me to talk about it right now. And one of the significance of faulting is that Rift Valley lakes are important for fishing, irrigation, and domestic use. Remember, Rift Valley is one of the resultant features of what? Of faulting. Then another thing is that the Rift Valley and associated features act as a tourist attraction, which in turn stands the country foreign exchange. You also have got the hot spring and the geysers. These ones, they are usually harnessed to provide geothermal power, which in turn generate what? In turn generate electricity. The next thing is block mountains are water catchment areas and source of rivers due to the heavy rainfall they receive on the windward side. And faulting results in the exposure of minerals such as the atomite in Gilgil and fluorspar in Kerio. When these minerals are exposed, it enables, or they can be easily mined by human beings. Fault scarp may expose underground water, resulting into formation of scarps. And those ones are the significance of faulting. In addition to that, we can also talk about something to do with map work. And a map is just a representation of the whole or part of the Earth's surface drawn to scale. And it usually shows the outline of objects on the ground. It shows details and it shows the features which are usually indicated by symbols. Then a picture is just an image of a real object. It usually gives details in their visible shapes and sizes. It can be in form of freehand drawing, painting, or photograph, and they are usually not drawn to scale. Then we also have got plan, which is just the outline of something drawn to scale. And it usually represents a very small space, and the scale is usually large to show details. For example, we can talk about house plan. Then the next thing is types of maps. We have got different types of map. That one is topographical maps, atlas map, and the sketch map. The sketch map, they are not usually drawn to scale, while the atlas map, they are just the collection of maps in one volume. But when you talk about topographical map, this shows the selected natural physical features on a small portion of a country. And in most cases, you will find that the topographical maps, these are the maps that are usually used back in high school by the examiners to set the exams for the student. And a good sketch map also should have the following characteristics. One, it should be neat and clear. It should have a title, and there must be a frame and a key. In addition to that, it should also have what? A compass direction. And the last thing that we are going to talk about is uses of map. One of the uses of map is that sketch maps are used to summarize information for easy reference, and they are used for locating other countries, used for comparing sizes of countries, and the last thing is for locating climatic regions of different parts of the world. And that is the end of our class today. And we meet some other time.